Beautiful.
I'm Donald Link. Today we're heading to southwest Louisiana, where I grew up, to meet Kurt Unkel. Kurt's farming rice differently here. He's found a good balance between making a living and growing rice that's healthy and tastes great.
Here's what the rice looks like before it goes through the combine.
What do you do differently in your fields from the average brown rice?
If I cut way back on the chemicals, I really feel like the herbicides and chemicals cut back on the flavor.
And just bringing out what's naturally there already. That's what it seems like.
It really, it all goes back to that, and just let nature do as much as it can on its own. Don't interfere. And you're gonna have some weeds out there, but as long as they don't hurt anything, they may be doing something good. Every plant on this farm has a purpose. It's growing there to do something.
And the rice definitely seems to fit in naturally in this environment here.
The rice goes in a slow feed, which goes into the husker to take the outside hull off of the rice. From there it goes into the bags. Very minimum processing on this, because the less you can process things, the higher your nutrition level should be. From the soil to your plate, you want the least amount of steps done in there.
Right, right. I know me and my chefs have been really into this rice. We've been buying a good bit of it. So this is jasmine?
That's jasmine and red, and native reds. There must be 10, 15 different varieties of red rice blended in there.
So why isn't it white? Why is it?
The white, as soon as you polish it and take that outside layer off, it will turn white.
So when you see white rice in the store, it looked like this first.
All rice was brown before it became white. But now that they found out the nutrition is all in the bran, white rice is just it's a sugar. You're down to just all you have is your carbohydrate, just a sugar. You could take that white rice and I could feed it to my pigs and they wouldn't live. I mean, there's not enough nutrition in to keep an animal alive in the white rice.
I may never eat white rice again.
We've started this, and my goal was education. People have gotten so confused on education over, here, eat this fat, don't eat that fat, eat this carb, don't eat that carb. They don't understand this at all. And health starts in the soil. I raise fungi, bacteria, I grow all your soil animals. I work with earthworms. You know, plants use compounds, and the compounds are produced by the animals in the soil. Everything will take care of itself if you don't mess it up. The rule of thumb is color. Anything that's got color, it's got more nutrition in it. This rice still has the germ and everything on it. A lot of times I'll fix my rice pot, let it sit all day long, and then just turn it on that night, and the nutritional value will just skyrocket. When you soak your brown rice, about 8 or 10 hours is when the sprouting process starts and all the energy in that seed gets loose. And as that energy gets loose, then you cook your rice. It's gonna cook faster. All of your amino acids will all increase from 3 to 10 times. Your lysine, your GABA, all those.
So basically a day.
Yeah, you don't want it to actually sprout. You want to just get the rice started sprouting. And then once the seed thinks it's going to sprout, all the energy is released. And then it cooks and everything becomes more digestible. And it'll enhance the flavor a little bit too, because flavor goes with nutrition.
We do that with coarse grits. We soak them before we cook them.
Yeah.
Now, do you think that there's a way to get the mass production more towards what you're doing?
Yeah, it's going to change on its own, because these new varieties are getting very uneconomical to grow. It costs so much. They make a high yield, they take lots of fertilizer, they take lots of chemicals, they take lots of fungicides, they take herbicides, they take pesticides. By the time you get through spending all that on your crop, you can't come out. I think you're going to have to go back to farming just varieties that would do well in this area. The best seed or grow is what's raised on this place, because it's picked up the resistance to diseases.
So higher price, less production.
Yeah, because these new varieties are getting very uneconomical to grow.
Join me at my house, where I'll pair this fantastic rice with roasted chicken, and I'll show you how to make my favorite family dinner.